Alright, hey everybody, Mr. Beltran here. We're going to work a little bit more on that balancing, okay? Remember, please make sure you have a little bit of space around you, that way in case you do lose your balance, you fall, you won't bump into anything, you won't knock anything over, okay? You are going to need a towel again. Make sure it's a towel that you can stand on, okay? Don't use a fancy towel that you might have. Ask, double check with your adult, your mom, your dad, grandma, grandpa, whoever is the adult that lives with you, that it is okay that you use this towel for our PE activity today, okay? Go ahead and pause the video, grab that towel, I'm going to go grab mine right now. Alright, so all of us, we should have our towel. Now we're going to fold this towel in half, but we're going to fold it in half the long ways, okay? So I'm going to fold it in half the long ways, so it makes like a long rectangle, okay? And then I'm going to fold it in half again, alright? Now, should still be a long rectangle. If you can, this is a little challenging, you're going to fold it in half one more time. Okay? And then now it's a nice long rectangle. And we're going to put this, leave it on the ground. We're going to use that as our balance beam that we're going to try to balance on. Okay, like a balance beam like you might have done in a gymnastics class before, or sometimes maybe you're walking on a curb, on a sidewalk or something. Okay, that's the same idea that we're trying to use with this towel right here. So we're going to try to walk on top of that. Again, if you lose your balance, you fall off, that's okay. Just try again. Okay, the goal here is to be practicing. Okay, so if you make a mistake, no big deal. Remember, if I'm going too fast, you can always pause that video so you have a little more time to practice. Okay, or you can always start it over when we finish. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Head to one side of the towel, the balance beam that we made here. Now we're going to just put one foot on top of it here. Okay, and then carefully step that next foot in front. Make sure you touch that heel to the toe right there. Okay, that way you can get as many steps as possible in here. Now I can already feel that towel wobbling a little bit as I walk to the end. Alright, when you get to the end, go ahead and turn around and then walk back. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to the other side. Remember, this is not a race. Okay, when we're working on balancing, it's not about speed. Okay, it's about balancing. So how fast you go through here isn't important. It's actually practicing the balancing on there. Okay? Now to make it a little bit more challenging, we're going to do a few different things here. So the first thing we're going to try is we're going to step on here, but instead of just putting my foot in front here, I want you to lift it up, touch your knee, and then put it down. Okay, lift it up, touch your knee, and then put it down. You got to lift that knee all the way up to your hand so that you touch it. Okay, and then when you get to the end, turn around, start all over again, okay? So lift that knee up, touch it with your hand, bring it down. Lift that knee up, touch it with your hand, bring it down. Okay. Now if your towel starts getting a little bit messed up and isn't as folded like when we started, because when you're walking on it, sometimes it kind of moves it around a little bit, you can go ahead and refold your towel. Okay, that way it's nice and even so that we can use it as our balance beam, okay? So we're going to make it a little more trickier now. This time, I'm going to try to keep my leg straight and touch my toe. And then back down. Now, the higher you lift the leg, the harder it is. So you decide how high you want to lift that leg. I can bring my hand down to my toe, makes it a little easier. Or I can try to lift my leg all the way up to my hand, makes it a little bit harder. And I can feel my legs shaking a little bit. That's your body balancing. That's your body practicing balance. Okay, whenever you get to the end, you're going to turn around and then try it again. So when you're wobbling around a little bit, that's your body learning how to balance on this balance beam. Okay, so that's a good thing. Because every step you take, every time your body wobbles and shakes, it's getting better at balancing. Okay? Alright. Now, we've been doing it when we're bringing our foot in front of us. Okay? Now we're going to try bringing our leg in back of us. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to step on my balance beam. Okay? I'm going to bring my leg in back of me. I'm going to lean forward a little bit. Now depending on how far forward you lean is how much harder it's going to be. Okay? If you only lean forward a little bit, it's a little easier. If you lean forward more, it's harder. Oh, I already feel it. I lost it. I went a little too far on that. Let me try it again, okay? So lean forward, and then put your foot down. Lean forward, again. You decide how far you need to go, how much you want to challenge yourself, and then get back on the beam. Oh, I feel it. I'm almost about to fall. Okay? I really want to see how far I can go. So I'm going to try to lean forward as far as I can before I take my next step. Okay? When you get to that end, turn around, start again. Okay? Lift that leg in back of you. The more you lift it behind you, the harder it is to balance. Okay? So go ahead and keep trying. Working on that balancing as you're walking forward. Try to stay on that towel. Alright, let's cut to the end. So now we've done lifting that leg in front of us a couple different ways, lifting that leg in back of us, now it's to the side. Okay? And you'll notice that depending on which way we're lifting it, your body has to balance a different way. Okay? Because when you lift your leg in front of you, your body balances a certain way. When you lift it behind you, it's going to balance a certain way. And when it goes to the side, it's going to have to balance a certain way. And you're going to find that out right now. Again, same idea when you lift your leg to the side. The farther out you lift it, the higher it goes, the harder it's going to be. Okay? So you decide how challenging you need to make it. Okay? If you need to do just a little bit or a lot. Okay? So I'm going to get one foot on there. Lift that leg out to the side. Okay? You decide how far out you want to do it. Okay. Oh, I can feel my body moving a little bit here. Put that leg down. Try the other side now. Okay? And you can feel your legs wiggling around, trying to balance for you. Again, if you fall off, no problem. Alright, just get back on and try it again. Okay, if you need extra time, you can always pause and practice for a couple minutes on your own and then play again, okay? Coming back the other direction now, lifting that leg up to the side. Okay, now try to challenge yourself. Okay, try to see how hard you can make it by lifting that leg up as high as you can and practicing your balance. Okay, that's how you'll get better, is by challenging yourself to work harder. Oh, alright. Alright. So now we've done it. Lifting that leg in front and back, on the sides. Okay, now, all three at one time. Okay, so we're going to go front, back, side, back on them, okay? Here we go. Put that foot up there. Okay, again, depending on how high you want to lift this leg. Front, and back, same thing in the back. The higher you do it, the harder it is. Side, and then back on there. Alright, next leg. Front, back, and to the side. And up and down. And keep going. I gotta concentrate here. I can feel my body working really hard, trying to keep me balanced on here so I don't fall down. Feel my legs shaking, trying to stay on that towel the whole time. Alright, whenever you make it to the end, go ahead and turn around and go back. Alright. Remember, this is not a race, okay? In fact, for practicing balance, the slower you go, the better it is. Okay, you'll be getting a lot more practice if you go slower than if you go faster. Okay? So try your best to take your time as you're practicing. Alright, I'm almost at the end on mine. Alright, so that was balancing on a balance beam. We practiced in all different directions, lifting the leg in the front, lifting it to the back, lifting it to the side, putting them all together. Okay, what I want you to try to do is practice again a little bit more on your own. Okay, so when you get off this video, practice a little bit more on your own. If you want to go back to the beginning of the video and try it again, that's fine too, okay? But I want you to practice just for a few more minutes, a little more balancing. Try to stay on that balance beam towel the whole time, okay? And then when you're done, don't forget to stretch, fill out the Google form. I'll see you next time.